Hello, you Tsiba stars. We feel very honored and proud to participate in your graduation ceremony because we know how sensational you are.
My name is Desmond Mpilo Tutu. I was born in 1931 in Klerksdorp. My father was a teacher and school principal. After living in Ventersdorp and Rudiport for a while, we eventually settled in Krugersdorp. My mother was the rock of our family. She did domestic work and laundry to supplement our income. South Africa was very different then. There were some famous mission schools for black children where many teachers were white. But in the cities and towns, most black children, fortunate enough to go to school, were exposed to a high standard of education provided by a cadre of teachers who arguably constituted the elite of their society. Although there was a small handful of black doctors and lawyers at the time, teaching was really the only accessible professional option available to black citizens and clergy.
I was a pupil at Desmond's father's school, and his younger sister was among my closest friends. When I visited my friend's home, I would sometimes find him there. It was certainly not a case of love at first sight. He was at high school when I was still at primary school. After he matriculated, he went off to study teaching, and when I finished high school, I too enrolled for a teacher training at a teacher training college. So we both became teachers.
I didn't want to be a teacher. I really wanted to be a doctor. After falling behind with my high school studies when I contracted TB, I had to work very hard, often by candlelight, to obtain a decent matric. I was accepted to study medicine at Wits Medical School, but we couldn't afford the fees or raise a bursary. So I enrolled for a teaching diploma at Bantu Normal College. A strange name, considering that our society was becoming more abnormal by the day. South Africa's political landscape was changing. There'd always been discrimination and prejudice, but formal apartheid was introduced in 1948, and by the 1950s was tightening its grip.
Desmond was a passionate teacher, but after they introduced what they called Bantu Education Act, he felt compelled to leave the profession. The act required teachers to dumb down education for black children because, they said, laborers, domestic workers, had no need for such things as science and maths. Soon after we married, 60 years ago, he quit teaching and began studying for the priesthood. Had things been different, he might not have been an archbishop at all. He may have been the principal of Tsiba.
That's very sweet of you, dearie. But I couldn't have been the principal, not with people of the caliber of Lee Maynard and Adri Murray around. These are very clever people who have created something exceptional. But I digress. The reason we thought we'd tell you a little about our backgrounds and teaching careers was not in order to be able to tell you how lucky you are, though you are very lucky. No. The reason for telling you these things is to tell you that you have responsibilities. Most of you were born after apartheid bit the dust. You're among the first fruits of our democracy tree. You would have demonstrated the necessary courage and fortitude at your high schools to gain entry to Tsiba. And now you are Tsiba graduates. You are poised for success. You are pathfinders. And there is a massive weight of expectation on you to succeed.
We've seen the statistics. We are aware of the Kofi Annan Fellow and Alan Gray Orbis Fellows and the Mandela Rhodes Scholars that have rolled off the Tsiba production line over the past 5 years. We have heard that 95% of Tsiba graduates are either employed or pursuing postgraduate studies compared to the national average of 32%. There is no doubt that Tsiba is doing something very right, that those who graduate there can enter the world with confidence and real opportunities for success. Do not forget where you come from. Return home from time to time, build strong families, and help to develop the kind of country we all want, in which all live in peace, security, and dignity.
More people need jobs in our country if we are to prosper. And people with more economic expertise than we have say more jobs can best be created by establishing sustainable new businesses. When we celebrated South Africa's freedom, we imagined that foreign investment would pour into the land and we'd all have work. As the years have passed, it's become clear that a combination of growing what we have and entrepreneurial activity is key. Remember, success is a concoction of ethics, morality, selflessness, and income. Success is not solely measured in rands and cents.
Congratulations, Tsiba. Thank you to those who had the vision to conceive the project, to fund and to manage it, to create a living laboratory for development and growth. We are rooting for you. We love you. Don't forget your mothers and grandmothers and sisters and brothers at home. Go for it.
God bless you.